I wanted the RK customers to get the best possible deal, so I hired Sean Brady.
The MMA fighter?
Unfortunately, it's just not in your budget. On second thought, I'll make it happen.
Lease new Kia Sportages from $198 a month. $198. Every new RK Kia comes with RK coverage. No charge.
At RK,
the customer is always
right.
At RK Kia of Vineland.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tom Dwyer, CEO of Premier Orthopedic Associates. As a parent of two former high school athletes, I can only imagine how difficult it is for so many of you who are unable to be at the game to watch your child or favorite student athlete compete due to COVID-19 restrictions this season. As such, our team here at Premier Orthopedic Associates has partnered with our friends at BFA Sports to give you, the fans, a virtual front row seat. And for the student athlete, a new experience, a pretty cool professional broadcast they'll be able to keep forever at no cost for all of you to enjoy. Well, I see it's just about time for tip-off. So from all of us here at Premier Orthopedic Associates, best of luck this season. Stay safe, be well, and while we hope we don't see any of you anytime soon, we're here for you if you should need us. Enjoy the game.
Good evening, everybody. It's a Sunday championship here at Woodbine Elementary, the Hoops Madness Classic. 8 days of basketball from 22 teams. We're down to the final two here on BFA. It is Marlton Chiefs, the top seed of the West and the champions of that bracket, going up against the number 3 seeded Wildcats of St. Joe's, the Academy. They are the East champion and a number 3 seed. I'm Chris Lozzi along with Keith Pollack. Welcome to our viewers on BFA Sports and 97.3 ESPN.com. Unbelievable week of basketball. Let's start with the obvious. How many hits did you get on social media, and what's the reaction been?
It's been very positive. It's been probably since about 2 weeks ago when we unveiled with the bracket show, and that's how we started all of this, to All-Star Saturday with skills competitions and 2 games, and now all the way up to our championship game here today. I think we're at about 40,000 viewers.
That's a lot.
Between those 21 games, the All-Star Saturday, the bracket reveal, and obviously social media has been blowing up, text message, phone calls. The reviews have been phenomenal with the broadcast and the games and all of that.
All right, so to the matchup we go. The top-seeded Chiefs, the Western champions, are without A.J. Walker, probably the player of the game in the West Championship. How does Marlton recover from that loss?
So A.J. Walker was the player of the game in the West Bracket Championship game. Their style of play, though, I think they'll be able to overcome that. Their type of system, high IQ players, they'll be able to plug and play, put him in, space the floor. Rebounds and loose balls are usually theirs. That'll be the type of thing that keeps them in this game here.
So you're looking at the Academy warm-up, but the last shot, there you go. There are the Chiefs. Mark Anthony is probably going to be, he has to be an unsung hero, I think, for Marlton to win, because if I talk to one of their best defenders, Ethan Stiff, he says they're going to need some defensive help in the absence of Walker. It could be from Mark Anthony.
Correct. I think Mark Anthony is probably going to be matched up with one of the bigger bodies in the post early on if they start out in man-to-man defense. And then obviously the big boy here in the middle, number 10, Christian Armstrong, is going to have a matchup with Dom Thomas, and he's going to have his hands full too.
Don't forget Dom Thomas, who kind of petered out a little bit in that dunking contest. Another member of the broadcast crew, Pete Thompson, and he's on the sideline. He's got something from both coaches. Pete.
Hey guys, how are you on this fine Sunday? Yes, we're to the championship game, and we'll start with Marlton and the Chiefs. I talked to Marty Wickstead, their head coach, and he said, well, we're running with 7 tonight. Okay, 7. Of course, the big loss you already addressed, A.J. Walker planned his trip to Florida, the non-refundable ticket bought before he knew that this event would even be taking place. So he is not with the Chiefs. Mark DePhillips not with the Chiefs. I said to him, well, 7 does work, Coach, the magnificent 7. So neither team really going to have a lot of depth. By my count, right now, I look behind me, the Academy has 7 players as well. Rico Gaskins saying they're going to keep doing what they do to get themselves to this game. I will be interested, though. He wasn't willing to tell me whether or not they're going to open up in zone. So take a look and see what defense the Academy comes out in and how they respond to that challenge. Good one tonight, though, between the Academy, St. Joe, and Marlton, the Chiefs, basically at a charity. Chris, back to you at the table.
always the animated Pete Thompson. We're going to hear from him for the most of the game. He actually broke the story of the A.J. Walker and the Florida trip, so that's good for him.
He reminded us.
He couldn't wait to do that, exactly. So, and, you know, it's funny because you look at the seed. By the way, and you did the seeds. Who'd you do the seeds with? Did you do by yourself?
I did the seedings with I will call it a committee. We used referees, some college basketball coaches, guys who were out watching games throughout the season who had their eyes on all of these teams, including some media personnel. So it was a wide range of people.
Okay, I know I didn't get a say in that, but that's right. There's Stith right there. He's the defender extraordinaire for Marlton. Let's break down this game a little bit more, though, for the Chiefs. And neither of these teams had a problem in their respective finals. Let's start on the Marlton side. I mean, they just ran away against East Camden.
Yeah, so Marlton got matched up with East Camden. A lot of people thought that the semifinal matchup with the vicious Vikings out of Eastern was kind of the West Bracket Championship just a little earlier on, the way the seedings fell. And that was a dynamic matchup with Tazier Canty, the Lee twins out of that vicious Vikings team. And Marlton really put on a show with that one, too. They controlled the tempo, they controlled the pace, and then they got to that East Camden game, and it was much more of the same.
Take us to the eastern side, because everybody was in love with the city after their buzzer beater victory against Ocean City. And, of course, the one that you captured on video, which how many hits did that get?
That game is well over 2,000 views.
Wow.
And then social media, that took off a little bit. We were hoping it would go a little bit viral, maybe Sports Center top 10 kind of thing. But it was a buzz. It was a buzz in South Jersey. You hit on it. That was definitely the game of the tournament with the city overcoming Raider Nation there. And then the upset victory over Richland Pride. They rode that momentum, and then they kind of hit a wall when they faced the Academy in the finals. The Academy had no problems with them. They came out in a zone defense, which I think surprised everybody based upon the shooting of the city in the prior games. Not many people thought that was what we would see defensively out of the Academy, but that's what they came out in. It worked for them, and they rolled to a victory.
Let's go to the table with the guys who are going to be calling the game for us tonight on BFA, Mike Gill and Mike Frankel. Guys?
All right, gentlemen, thanks for that. And, of course, great stuff as we lead you into this final matchup of this first ever South Jersey Hoops Madness tournament. We'll call all the action for you. And, Mike, you just heard the Chiefs come in a little shorthanded tonight. A.J. Walker, 16.5 points a game he has averaged in this tournament. They will be without him, so that's going to be tough. Going up against this Academy team who, I got to tell you, we'll get to their offensive stalwarts as well, but their defense is the reason why they're here.
No doubt. They have locked down defensively. This is now the third time that we're going to have a chance to see them. The previous two, at least for you and I, just great games defensively, and it's a collective effort. I mean, we talk so much about guys like Marcus Pierce and Dom Thomas offensively, but Jordan Stafford has been outstanding defensively, so should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that Stafford's been great defensively. Offensively, Dom Thomas, 19.7 points a game. Marcus Pierce, 16.5 points a game. They really make it go, but this is a team that gets the top-end scoring, but they can shoot from the outside. They do the dirty stuff inside. This is a very well-rounded Academy team.
Yeah, a lot of people obviously know some of the names in Pierce and Thomas like we talked about, but as you mentioned, Stafford is a high-energy guy, brings it defensively, chips in offensively. A couple shooters, too, who don't always get a lot of the publicity, but, the kids we're talking about, Arnaldo Rodriguez and Antonio Snyder, who in a tournament like this have been big players for the Academy. So they've hit some key shots so far in this tournament. They'll have to hit some more for the Academy to win this one.
With Walker out, 16.5 points go. Who is the guy who picks it up on offense for the Marlton Chiefs tonight?
Marlton has a lot of talent. Obviously, Walker is a veteran kid, and they'll miss him. But, Ethan Stith and Drew Wickstead are two kids who can really, pour in the buckets as well. A couple of slashers. Wickstead, a very good shooter as well. And, Christian Armstrong Thomas in the middle, kind of an unsung hero for that team. He's going to, man the boards, man the post, if you will. A kid like a Zach Distel can hit some timely shots, too. So, it hurts not having Walker, but a lot of talent on that Marlton side as well.
Yeah, Ethan Stith averages 13 points a game in this tournament. Wickstead with 10 points a game in the tournament. You mentioned Zach Distel, 6 points per game. He usually gets them from beyond the arc. And Christian Armstrong, 7.5 points a game. So it's kind of a balanced attack for the Marlton Chiefs. Very good defense for the Academy, a balanced attack for the Chiefs. And, of course, you got to deal with Marcus Pierce, Dom Thomas. If you're picking a favorite in this game, are you going with the Cape Atlantic League side, or are you going out west with the Chiefs?
It's tough, it's very tough. It's a contrast of styles, really. The Academy likes to get up and down, and when I saw Marlton during the regular high school season, they like to slow things down, but they kind of flipped that switch in this tournament. They put up a lot of points, the last round in that win over East Camden. So I'd say it could go either way, obviously. There's going to be some big-time bragging rights on the line, not only, for the kids from the academy from Hamilton and obviously the kids from Marlton, but you're right. Olympic Conference versus Cape Atlantic League, one of the top teams in each of those respective leagues, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a big Group 4 school against a non-public B, so this is what's great about this tournament. We get to see them match up in a finals. You typically wouldn't see that, of course, during a NJSIA basketball tournament because they would be off in their respective tournaments. We'll have the call coming up for you at 7 o'clock tonight on BFA Sports. We'll throw it back to the table with Chris and Keith.
All right, guys, we're getting closer to the opening tip of this championship game, and exciting, good breakdown by the two mics. And Pete always has some good information. We're going to hear from those guys all night long. One other thing, yesterday with the skills competition, I never had as much fun in 30 years of broadcasting. That was great. The only problem is we got a little bit of feedback. The potato chips on the table was probably not a good thing.
I thought you were lining up a sponsorship is what I thought you were doing.
No, I couldn't do that. But honestly, it was great to see the girls because the girls' tournament never got off the ground, and that had to be frustrating for you.
Yeah, it was certainly disheartening. Obviously, this whole thing didn't come without some hurdles and some negativity, but I never once put the spotlight on that. We focused on the positive. We focused on what was occurring. And with the girls, we just called a last-minute audible. We were able to round up a few of the area all-stars who were very interested in playing. We put their individual skills on display with the skills competition. We put their shooting on display with the three-point competition. And then obviously they got after it in an all-star game. It wasn't your typical all-star game. I think you can attest to that.
Yeah.
They were getting after it defensively, up and down the floor. It was very well played.
The ELAM rule came into play. I really enjoyed that. And if you'll notice in the guys' game, they didn't play defense at all until the last 30 seconds.
Correct. And the ELAM ending presents that. So at the end of the game, you're not playing stall ball off your head.
Yeah.
You're not fouling if you're behind. You're
Right.
playing it out to the end, setting the score, and then kind of playing till the end there.
I like it. All right, so the coaches tonight. So we had a look in the locker room, if they will, the little hallway, and you had Marty Wickstead and you had Will Stith of Marlton. What have they shown you in this tournament?
It seems like the coaches that have taken over the event have just mirrored what the head coaches during the season were doing. There's no reason to kind of reinvent the wheel with some of these teams, Cherokee being one of them. I know Dave Distel was their head coach for the first game, has a lot of head coaching experience himself on the AAU circuit, and obviously with Marlton Chiefs. So you're seeing a lot of people just kind of reinforce what they were doing throughout the season, and that's the same thing here with Marlton.
All right, let's go on the other side of the coin, the academy. It's a little different style there because that guy is on a staff.
Yeah, so if you say styles make fights, I mean, we're in for it here, right? You have the guys who walk in the gym, and we touched on it yesterday. I jokingly said, we don't know if they're the basketball team or the wrestling team. And I meant that as a compliment, but as soon as the ball goes up, you know that the Marlton Chiefs are a basketball team. They spread the floor out, high IQ, and on the other side, the academy. They like to get up and down. They have the ability to go one-on-one, space you out, play man defense, play zone. So they can do a little bit of everything on that side.
All right, buddy, time to put you on the spot. Who you like tonight?
So I guess I've been considered to be partial to the teams on the East bracket side, according to some of our viewers. But the loss of A.J. Walker, while I do think they'll be able to put someone in there and they'll be able to suffice and keep it close, I think that's going to hurt them a lot. I think the Academy is just going to have too much. If they turn it on, they've shown the ability to turn the light switch off. The A-Town in the second round almost got them. If they can keep the light switch turned on, I think the Academy pulls away here, wins by about 5 or 6.
I have to agree with you. I think that it's going to be a huge loss, A.J. Walker not being on the floor. As much heart as they have, they just won't have it to overcome. So I like the Academy as well. So that's our setup tonight. The game is next. Enjoy it on BFA. Mike Gill, Mike Frank will have the call. We'll see you at halftime right here.
McMahon Insurance Agency is a second-generation family-owned insurance agency with a legacy of superior customer service. We specialize in covering your dream home, shore home, and your business too. We won't simply refer you to an 800 number. We work for you, servicing your policy and managing your entire claim process. Call us at 609-399-0060 anytime, 24/7, 365.
I wanted the arcade customers to get the best possible deal, so I hired Sean Brady.
The MMA fighter?
Unfortunately, it's just not in your budget. On second thought, I'll make it happen.
Lease new Kia Sportages from $198 a month. $198. Every new RK Kia comes with RK coverage. No charge.
At RK,
The customer is always right.
At RK Kia of Vineland.
Welcome to Elevations Cabinetry and Millwork in Vineland, New Jersey. We're South Jersey's premier kitchen and bathroom cabinetry supplier, specializing in personalized all-wood cabinets, including our exclusive Elevations cabinet line. Our friendly staff will help you design the kitchen of your dreams, and our experienced craftsmen will install your cabinets with care and precision. Call us today or go to elevationsnj.com for more information or to visit our showroom.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Now we're getting out of hand.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the finals of the South Jersey High School Madness Tournament. Mike Gill and Mike Frankel, showtime here as we are set to bring you the final action between the Marlton Chiefs and the Academy here on BFA Sports. And, of course, the winner of this will have the bragging rights of the South Jersey Hoops Madness Tournament, the first ever, which has been a very well-received tournament. We got the finals tonight between the Academy dressed in white, the Chiefs dressed in orange, and we are set to go here in the first ever finals, the jump, and it's the Academy running it down with Marcus Pierce, and they will have the ball moving left to right to start things off here in the finals. Pierce, Thomas, Rodriguez, Stafford, McGraw, they start for the Academy, dressed in white. Distal, Stiff, Armstrong, Wickstead, and O'Brien, the five on the floor for the Chiefs. Pierce cuts to the baseline. Stafford down low on the block. Pierce gets some separation, puts the shot up, and he's fouled.
Good early sign of aggression there from the Academy. Again, we've talked it every single night that you and I have had the Academy, but Pierce, he's a guard, but he loves to play in and around that paint area. Not afraid to mix it up down there. Already getting an early jump on that kind of action here tonight.
Pierce averages 16 and a half in this tournament. Gets to the free throw line with regularity. Our man Pete Thompson, the third man of this broadcast, will be checking in with him throughout the night as we bring you this finals of this first ever South Jersey Hoops Madness Tournament. The All-Star festivities, the slam dunk competition, the skills, the three-point shot yesterday was a great day, and a turnover to start things off for the Chiefs, who are without their point guard, A.J. Walker.
Without A.J. Walker, still some capable ball handlers, but for the Academy, already a change-up. We saw the Academy play zone really take the city out of things, going man-to-man here early tonight.
Dom Thomas, catch three, up, off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by O'Brien. O'Brien in transition to Wickstead. Wickstead, high over his head, cross-court to Distal. Distal fires a three. It's blocked away by Pierce, and the rebound is taken down by the Academy. 2-on-1. Pierce up to the hoop, and down it goes. Marcus Pierce, all four to start things off. And defense turns to offense for the Academy.
How's that for some body control, too? Stiff thought he might be able to take a charge, but instead Pierce kind of pulled the string on him, threw up the little floater, and knocked it down.
Distal's a shooter. He's got the ball. Hands off to O'Brien. O'Brien puts it on the floor, gives to Wickstead, who loses the handle. Rodriguez comes down with it. Rodriguez cutting to the middle. He loses the handle, then pulls it back out. Gets it deep into the corner. Runner. Up and down it goes. And a tough layup and a 6-0 lead. Dom Thomas is on the board.
Just a huge difference in energy right now early. The Academy flying around, talking, clapping hands. Marlton a little bit stunned here in this first couple of minutes.
6-0. The Academy breaks out to an early lead. Stiff. They're going to lean on him to score a little bit more tonight. Three ball, top of the key, off the iron, no good. Rebound Thomas. He pokes it away, but O'Brien runs it down. They get it to Stiff. Stiff, dribble drive into the paint. Leans his way up, fires one high off the glass. A rebound put back, and it's good.
That's the game of Christian Armstrong Thomas. He's going to have to collect rebounds down there, especially on the offensive end. Opportunity for Marlton to get some second opportunities, and exactly what happened there.
And an offensive foul. Well, actually, it's an illegal screen is what they're going to call there. So the bucket by Armstrong Thomas, and now an opportunity to try to get that momentum to fade away. 6-2's the score. 5:27 left to play here in the first of this South Jersey Hoops Madness Championship round. Trying to go backdoor. Thomas. Hands off. Stiff. Left hand. Kick out Distal. Pump fake. Wickstead for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, offensive board, ripped down. Back to Distal. Wide open look for three. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound ripped down by O'Brien. O'Brien up strong. He's no good. And McGraw gets the board, and he's fouled from the backside.
You have to love the aggression from Marlton on the offensive glass here as we have an early timeout. Crashing the boards, but only 2 points to show for it.
6-2's our score. The Academy leads the Chiefs here on BFA Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trina Lisko, a provider here at Premier Orthopedic Associates. I love that we get to watch these athletes play again. There is nothing better than being able to participate in an activity that you love. However, I know that COVID has us all a little less active than we would like, especially if weather conditions don't allow us to get outside and we've been restricted from the gym. Now is the time to consider some cross-training. Consider body-weighted activities, which are my favorite. Do timed interval repetitions with a little rest.
See, he wants to be on camera too, but then we're already going to be.
And activate your cardiovascular.
Back to live action here. 4:49 left to play out of the timeout. Marcus Pierce. Shot off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down by Stiff. Stiff. Layup. Strong. Ethan Stiff averages 13 in the tournament, and he's on the board.
He's a slasher, very creative finish there. Can get it done in a number of ways. That wasn't an easy finish, but he found a way.
Three up by Rodriguez, and another rebound. Armstrong. Stiff looking to tie it. Distal to take the lead. He thought about a three. Cutter. Wickstead. Layup. Good, and a foul. Drew Wickstead. Nice pass by Zach Distal. Let's go to Pete Thompson.
All right, guys, just wanted to update you on what was said in that 30-second timeout, especially on the Chiefs side of things. Is that they are dominating the offensive side of the glass, and that's why Rico Gaskins told me he called timeout. Watching orange jerseys get the ball 1, 2, 3 times, second chances, third chances, driving them crazy, and of course, Chiefs just take the lead with that free throw.
They do. It's 7-6, a 7-0 run by the Chiefs. Thank you, Peter. Mike Gill, Mike Frankel. Courtside here at the South Jersey Hoops Madness title game, first ever. It's been a great tournament. We'll crown a champion tonight. Pierce goes baseline, reverse, gets one up, and Pierce has 6 to start the game.
Another tough finish from Marcus Pierce. Could have almost been an and one, too. Some contact down there, but Pierce on a mission so far here tonight on a Sunday in Woodbine.
They lead 8-7. Wickstead dribbles, spin, up, under, right hand, good. Wickstead with 4. They take a 1-point advantage. Back and forth we go in the early stages. A 6-0 run, a 7-0 run, and now the seesaw. Pierce, Rodriguez, catch, 3, front rim, no good, taken down by Armstrong. Here comes Stiff, in transition, Stiff with a bounce pass. It's kicked away and then knocked out of bounds. Abdur Rahim is into the game for the Academy. And now Snyder, they're going to get another sniper into the game. So McGraw takes a seat. Rodriguez takes a sneak off the inbounds pass. And O'Brien with a right hand put in.
And a nice quick look by Zach Distal. He knew to get his teammate the ball, he had to do it quickly. As soon as he was handed the ball, he was dishing it.
Pierce dribbles out to Rahim. No good. Rebound Distal. One and done for the Academy. Distal leaves it off for Stiff. Stiff, dribble drive, right of the lane, kick out, over to Distal. Coming up on 2.5 minutes. This Wickstead up, powers his way for a bucket. A deuce for Wickstead. He's got 6.
Got to be impressed with Drew Wickstead. So aggressive early here in this first quarter after his team fell behind in a bit of a hole. He's taken over offensively.
Pierce trying to take over himself. That's way off the mark, and the rebound is taken down by the Chiefs in transition. They get it up. Thomas, Distel, he'll pull up. Nope, gets it into the corner for Wickstead. Dribbles out of the double. Now he backs it up with 2:10 to play here in the first. 13-8 Chiefs. Stiff, left of the lane, spins to the middle of the paint. Right-hand runner, it's strong, and the rebound is taken down and controlled by the Academy. Here comes Stafford. Stafford, crossover, spin, kick out. Thomas, 3. In and out, no good. The rebound by Pierce. Pierce with his back to the basket. Battles his way into Distel, and an offensive foul.
Taking one for the team. Zach Distel undersized down there. He knew it. So as soon as he realized Pierce was going to try to post him up, put himself in position, and an easy call.
13-8 Chiefs with the ball. 1:45 to play here in this first quarter. Wickstead uses the screen, gets all the way deep into the paint, and then a kick out. Ball fake, Thomas into the middle of the paint, backs his way in. The right-hand jump shot is short, and the rebound is taken out by the Academy. Here comes Pierce. Pierce up the far sideline, gets into the corner. Left-hand jumper by Snyder for 3.
Antonio Snyder, instant offense off of the bench. We saw him take a shot to the eye the other night, but he looks no worse for the wear tonight. Bullseye on that one.
He is typically good for a 3 or 2. 2 threes a game as the layup attempt by Stiff is rejected, but a foul en route to the basket. And Ethan Stiff, averaging 13 in the tourney, gets to the line.
I think early on, Mike, we're just obviously getting the sense of how entertaining this game could be. This is what we were hoping it would be. It's 2 teams from 2 different leagues that wouldn't face each other, but 2 very good teams, talented guards all over the floor, and it's been very entertaining so far here in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is the kind of matchup you would see at, a Battle by the Bay or a shoot-down cancer tournament at St. Augustine. These matchups that you don't get to see all season. That's what's making this tournament well received. Stiff's second free throw is no good, but the rebound is knocked out to Pierce. Pierce driving down the middle, cutting, knifing, layup good. 8 points for Marcus Pierce. It's 14-13.
Little token full court pressure here as Pierce tries to hound Stiff.
And Stiff dribbles right through it, spins his way out. Armstrong, Thomas. Mark Anthony is into the game for the first time for the Chiefs, wearing 15 in orange. 30 seconds to play in this entertaining first quarter. A 6-0 run to start it by the Academy, a 7-0 run to answer by the Chiefs. And high off the glass for Wickstead. He's going bucket for bucket with Pierce. They each have 8.
Difficult shot. What a take, what a make from Drew Wickstead.
13 seconds. Pierce looking for the final shot. 5 seconds. Pierce crosses over. Pierce into the corner. 3 ball up. Thomas, it's short. Stiff gets the rebound. And that's how we end the first quarter of play with the score. The Marlton Chiefs 16, the Academy 13 on BFA Sports.
McMahon Insurance Agency is a second-generation family-owned insurance agency with a legacy of superior customer service. We specialize in covering your dream home, shore home, and your business too. We won't simply refer you to an 800 number. We work for you, servicing your policy and managing your entire claim process. Call us at 609-399-0060 anytime, 24/7, 365.
I wanted the arcade customers to get the best possible deal, so I hired Sean Brady.
The MMA fighter? Unfortunately, it's just not in your budget. On second thought, I'll make it happen.
Lease new Kia Sportages from $198 a month. $198. Every new RK Kia comes with RK coverage. No charge.
At RK,
the customer is always right.
At RK Kia of Vineland.
All right, welcome back. Start of the second quarter here on BFA Sports. 16-13. Pete Thompson was in the respective huddles. What do you got, Pete?
Yeah, but nice ball game so far, 16-13. The Chiefs basically saying, let's just keep cutting and moving, let's not reinvent the wheel. And one of the things I didn't get in the earlier hit was that Rico Gaskins told me, we're not coming out in zone tonight. I heard you pick up on that, Mike Franco. I said, oh yeah? He goes, yeah, they got shooters. Guys, back to you.
And we've seen a little bit of the shooters, but more for the Academy side. They have the three, not yet for the Chiefs. There's an air ball off the mark. Only 1-3 in this game so far. Anthony gives up the dribble. Over to Armstrong. Armstrong to Stiff. Left of the lane. Layup. Stiff.
How about the change of pace there? Using his teammate, using the screen from Christian Armstrong Thomas.
Lulls him to sleep and then spins by him. Snyder and Abdur-Rahim in the backcourt with Pierce, Stafford, and Thomas. Pierce doubled, kick out. Abdur-Rahim, three off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Stiff. Stiff at the right elbow, kick out. Over to Anthony. Anthony works his way deep into the paint, and then a steal. Steal by Snyder, out to Pierce. Pierce, one-on-one. Pierce, layup good. Pierce is in double figures. He's got 10, and it's 18-15.
Just a poor decision offensively from Marlton. Trying to get a couple of starters a little bit of a blow right now, but got to be a little more secure with the basketball if you're the Chiefs.
Shane Winkleman's into the game for the first time. Stiff takes the ball hard to the basket, and a hard foul. Speaking of a hard foul, Premier Orthopedics has taken a hard foul, knocked you out of your daily routine. Premier Orthopedics will provide the assist of getting you back in the game. Premier Orthopedics, 9 locations to serve you. Call 856-690-1616 for Premier Orthopedic Associates.
Good thought there by Stith. We've seen him go to the bucket with authority a couple times so far here tonight. Wickstead, the high scorer for the Chiefs so far in the game. He's on the bench, getting a little bit of a break. Someone needs to take over, and Stith steps up on that occasion.
First free throw for Stith. Connects. Rodriguez for Abdur-Rahim. Second one, no good. Rebound ripped down by Stafford. Stafford in transition. Stafford to Pierce. Pierce working his way to the basket. Blocked away by Stiff. Stiff doing it all. One-on-one. Stiff to the basket. It's blocked. Tipped out by Rodriguez. We go the other way, and Pierce is going to get a layup.
End-to-end action. Can't really call it cherry picking. I mean, Pierce was on the deck after getting rejected, and it just so happened so quickly, I should say, at the other end, that he was waiting once the Academy came up with that defensive rip.
Anthony, 19-17, and a tough shot by Mark Anthony to give him a 21-17 advantage.
Nice little boost off of the bench there for Mark Anthony. We heard Losey speak about him a little bit in the pregame, but again, just 7 guys in uniform. They're going to need all of them here tonight.
He's got a nice line of clothing at Kohl's.
I heard that.
Pierce at the elbow. Rodriguez, snap pass to Snyder. He'll take it from there. Jab step, left of the lane, kick out. And a three. Thomas off the mark, high off the glass. Big rebound, Stafford. And a putback is good. And Jordan Stafford with a big board.
The little things, right? Again, it sounds like a broken record if some of our listeners and viewers have heard us call a bunch of games down the stretch here for the Academy, but that's what Stafford does. The hustle plays, the winning plays, the offensive rebound and the putback.
Got your Toyota Vineland rebound of the game. Give them a call, 856-696-5900, or stop by their showroom at 650 North Delsey Drive in Vineland. When other dealerships have you feeling like you're on the rebound, Toyota Vineland will have you leaving with a new car or truck like a winner. That was a heck of a rebound there. And maybe after that offensive foul call there, get a little momentum going.
Wickstead back into the game for the Chiefs. Stith gets a little bit of a break. Some good minutes so far from Ethan Stith here tonight.
Pierce backing down. Anthony, loses the handle. Stafford dumps it down to McGraw, and a nice dish and a deuce.
Obviously another key part of Pierce's game, the ability to facilitate and distribute. Found his big man down low for the easy two.
We're tied at 21. The Grand Hotel assist of the game right there. Up and under. Kick out. Distal wants to get to the action. He backs off on Rodriguez. Mark Anthony, the left hand. Anthony all the way, puts up the left, and Anthony gets the layup. He's got 4, and he gives the Chiefs a 2-point advantage.
Again, instant energy off of the bench there. Mark Anthony, another nice bucket on the penetration.
Stafford finds a little lane, a hoop, the harm, and Stafford has 4, and he'll get to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
This has been fun so far as we take another look. Just so many guys for each team stepping up. A lot of driving, a lot of nice finishes in and around the rim, and 2 very evenly matched teams as we continue to go back and forth here early on in the first half.
Jordan Stafford averaging 10.7 points per game in this South Jersey Hoops Madness. Don't forget the Grand Hotel of Cape May, the hotel for the grandest experience, where traveling is not a violation and you, the customer, have the home court advantage. Call the Grand Hotel of Cape May for your next reservation, 609-884-5611. So after the free throw by Stafford, who has 5 points, he gives them a 1-point lead for the Academy, 24-23. 3:32 left to play. Backing his way is Armstrong. Kick out. Long 3 is off the mark, and the rebound is taken down by Marcus Pierce. Pierce in transition. Pierce at the foul line. Pierce, foul line jumper. Nope, he kicks it out to Thomas. Thomas puts the ball on the floor, puts up a shot. It's no good. Distal fighting on the floor. The rebound comes out to Rodriguez. Pierce thought about a 3. Pump fake. 15-footer. Down it goes. Marcus Pierce has 14 of the 26.
Just takes his time, right? Doesn't want to force that 3. Just a little pump fake, creates some space, sets his feet, and knocks down the mid-range jumper.
3-point lead for the Academy. O'Brien puts it on the floor, hands off the Distal, between the rings. Veers to the right, gets to the corner. Armstrong, now they get it back to Stiff. Stiff, off the right wing. Stiff, high off the glass, no good. Rebound ripped down by Stafford. Out to a running Pierce, and Pierce has a layup. He's got 16, and the Academy leads it by 5. 28-23. 2:24 left to play here in the half. And look at the body there by Pierce. He knew he was getting chased.
He did, and Marcus Pierce has just been finishing seemingly everything around the rim here tonight, mixing in some mid-range jumpers, but it's been impressive so far from Pierce.
Don't forget our friends at RK Chevrolet Subaru Kia. They strive to take the madness out of your car buying experience while making sure your next purchase has you feeling like a champion. Call them 856-696-8400 or stop in to see their fantastic inventory of vehicles at 502 North Delsey Drive in Vineland. Mike Gill, Mike Frankel, Pete Thompson, the third member of our team. We'll check in with Pete to take a look at what's going on. The timeout there, Peter.
Well, Iowa's not working. That was the first thing that the Chiefs said when they came to the bench. I assume that's their defense. And the second thing out of Marty Wickstead's mouth was, we told you guys you're going to have to get back. There was some free-form, fast break back and forth in each direction for a little stretch there. Obviously, St. Joe on their side, they're glad they have Marcus Pierce. That's unbelievable what he's doing in this first half, guys. And we'll get back to live action here. Back to you.
Yeah, Pierce has been fantastic, Mike. 16 points, 8 for Wickstead, 6 for Stiff. This has been fun.
Again, 2 very evenly matched teams that probably wouldn't have played each other this season. Definitely wouldn't have played if not for a tournament like this.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the half. We'll have halftime coverage. Chris Losey will anchor. As Stiff gets to the rack, he comes up short in transition. Here comes Stafford. Stafford crosses over to the middle of the paint, dumps it down for Thomas, who gets a bucket. Dom Thomas has 4, and the lead elevates to 7.
You have to respect Stafford in the lane, so he was able to draw the attention of multiple defenders in there, and then a nice unselfish play. Found his teammate Thomas open.
Wickstead with a crease. Wickstead to the hoop, and Wickstead has double figures with 10 to lead the Chiefs, and the lead evaporates to 5. 1.5 to play here in this first half of play. 30-25. 3. Pierce Pierce for three.
Is he feeling it or what here tonight? I mean, he can knock those down. That's not necessarily his game, but when you're putting in everything around the rim, the outside shots, will fall as well.
19 in the game for Marcus Pierce. Stiff, trying to answer. He rolls it off his foot and he runs it down into the corner. Pierce raises the level of defensive intensity with less than a minute to play here in this first half. Distal over to Stiff. Stiff, bounce pass down into the post for O'Brien, who loses the handle, and it's going to go back to the academy.
They had the momentum early in the first quarter. They've regained that momentum heading into halftime here with 45 seconds left to go, but it's been that early spurt from the academy, and this spurt so impressive, especially Marcus Pierce leading the way.
Pierce has dominated this game with 19 of the 33. He's doing it inside, outside. He's got free throws, and now with 30 seconds, Dom Thomas staring down the defender, Christian Armstrong. 20 seconds left to play in the half. Right of the lane, Thomas, kick McGraw into the corner, baseline, Rodriguez, bounce pass, Thomas, the hoop, the harm, and Thomas has 6. He'll get to the line. He gives him a 10-point lead.
Kind of lulled the Chiefs to sleep at least a little bit. Marlton maybe thinking that the academy would try to hold for one. Instead, they initiate the offense with almost 20 seconds to go, but nice ball movement, and Thomas, and one on the inside.
Free throw goes down. The old-fashioned three-point play. Thomas has 7. They lead by 11. Here comes Stiff. 5 to shoot in the half. Stiff, 3, back iron, no good. Armstrong, fade away, way off the mark. And that's how we'll end this first half of play with the score. The Academy, 36. The Chiefs, 25. We are at halftime here on BFA Sports. We, Mike and I, and Pete Thompson will be back with the second half of this South Jersey Madness Championship game. When we come back, Chris Losey anchors our halftime coverage here on BFA Sports.
Welcome to Elevations Cabinetry and Millwork in Vineland, New Jersey. We're South Jersey's premier kitchen and bathroom cabinetry supplier, specializing in personalized all-wood cabinets, including our exclusive Elevations cabinet line. Our friendly staff will help you design the kitchen of your dreams, and our experienced craftsmen will install your cabinets with care and precision. Call us today or go to elevationsnj.com for more information or to visit our showroom.
McMahon Insurance Agency is a second-generation family-owned insurance agency with a legacy of superior customer service. We specialize in covering your dream home, shore home, and your business too. We won't simply refer you to an 800 number. We work for you, servicing your policy and managing your entire claim process. Call us at 609-399-0060 anytime, 24/7, 365.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fred McAlpin from Premier Orthopedic Associates in South Jersey. I'm one of the sports orthopedic surgeons here, and today I'd like to go over some of the injuries that happen to a knee. One of the most common injuries, particularly to a young athlete or the weekend warrior, is injuring their cartilage, called the meniscus, or the ligament in the center of the knee, called the ACL. Where do you have pain today?
Around here.
So pain on the inner side of the knee is most commonly an injury to a cartilage called a meniscus. I'll show you that on a model shortly. When I examine that cartilage, I'll have you bend your knee and push over that area. Often they'll get pain right over that cartilage. Another maneuver is bending the knee up gently and doing a little maneuver that helps to put pressure on that cartilage. That can cause discomfort over that cartilage and tell us if there's a cartilage injury. Finally, I'll make sure that you don't have a lot of swelling. Looking for dimpling in the knee, and the absence of it means there's a significant amount of swelling going on. And finally, we can do a ligament examination to see how well your ACL is functioning. If you're having some of these things going on, I might likely call and get you an MRI so we can see the inside of your knee and make sure we get you back on the field as quickly as possible. Let's look at this model of the knee. Here you see the kneecap which floats in the front of the knee, and as we open the knee, there are these little U-shaped cartilage cushions. These are the meniscus. These can tear in different fashions. If they tear, we can trim them or stitch them in order to give you back the cushioning that's necessary for the knee. The second is this ligament that runs in the center of the knee. That ligament is what helps keep your shin on top of your thigh bone. That ligament is called the ACL. And by maneuvering your knee, I can see how well those are functioning. So depending on the injury that you have, we can assess your knee and get the studies necessary. Call us when you need us, and we'll be here to get you back on the field as quickly as possible. Be safe.
I wanted the RK customers to get the best possible deal, so I hired Sean Brady.
The MMA fighter? Unfortunately, it's just not in your budget. On second thought, I'll make it happen.
Lease new Kia Sportages from $198 a month. $198. Every new RK Kia comes with RK coverage. No charge.
At RK, the customer is always
right. At RK Kia of Vineland.
And welcome at halftime here of our Hoops Massic title game. 36-25 the score. The Academy is in front. I'm Chris Lozzi along again with Keith Pollack and Pete Thompson as well. Observations from the first half. We kind of called it. It was a little late though because Marlton jumped out to an early lead, but in the end, right now, the Academy is taking control.
Yeah, they did. Marlton had a lead there early in the second. Coach Rico Gaskins from the Academy made an adjustment. I heard him put Daryl McGraw, the big, in the paint, took him off of the two bigs from the Marlton Chiefs, didn't identify them as shooters. So all cutters were running into him, all drives were running into him. That seemed to make an impact in the second quarter as they took the lead.
Speaking of an impact, how about 19 from Marcus Pierce? Can't say that wasn't expected, but I mean, he's leading the charge.
It's very true. So he's showing up in a big game for sure. I thought an unsung guy there in the second quarter was Jordan Stafford. He had a rebound put back at an N1, I believe, in back-to-back possessions that kept this thing from stretching out as Marlton was taking the lead, and then obviously the roles reversed.
And don't forget, too, the emergence of Mark Anthony. We mentioned him in the pregame. In the absence of A.J. Walker, he's had some good minutes in that first half, Keith.
He did. He started the second quarter in place of Drew Wickstead, who had a phenomenal first quarter, but Mark Anthony was able to get back-to-back buckets after settling down. Had a couple turnovers early, but did settle down and contributed.
It's the Academy by 11. Pete Thompson on the sidelines got more. What do you got, Pete?
Hey, guys, I was in both huddles at halftime to listen to what the coaches' observations were, and you're right. Marlton, I'll start there because Marty Wickstead is telling his guys, first and foremost, guys, we need the third quarter. Like, no messing around. We need this quarter. Let's come out at halftime and get this done. And meanwhile, over on the Academy bench, you've got Rico Gaskins telling his guys, keep spreading them out. They can't guard us. Keep spreading them out. Obviously, it does help when Rico has Marcus Pierce with him. And like you alluded to, Chris, what a half for Marcus Pierce. 19 of the 36 points that the Academy put up in the half coming from Marcus Pierce. So it'll be interesting to see at the start of the third quarter who established themselves. There was a little game of runs to start things off, but right now you've got the Academy on top by 11.
What do you think of that? I mean, you've got the coaches both saying we got to do something better. I kind of like that, but in the long run, It's what's going to be the adjustments that are made. So obviously it's going to be on Coach Wickstead and Coach Stith from Marlton to make some changes. What do you see them doing?
Absolutely. So on the Marlton side, I think we had a stretch there early in the second where Drew Wickstead was on the bench for about 2.5 minutes, came into the game for about 3 possessions, did not touch the basketball. I think it's going to be important for him to be able to get touches. He's a creator, a facilitator, can also shoot, get to the rim. I've been impressed with him so far today. If they can find ways to put the ball in his hands in the second half, I think they make it interesting.
Christian Armstrong, too, is going to have a big second half. They had an advantage in the glass early on, like midway through the second period. That disappeared, and so did their lead. It's 36-25, our halftime score. Coming up the second half here on BFA, we'll go back to Mike Gill and Mike Frankel right after this here on BFA.
McMahon Insurance Agency is a second-generation family-owned insurance agency with a legacy of superior customer service. We specialize in covering your dream home, shore home, and your business too. We won't simply refer you to an 800 number. We work for you, servicing your policy and managing your entire claim process. Call us at 609-399-0060 anytime, 24/7, 365.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
All right, welcome back to the inaugural South Jersey Hoops Madness tournament here on BFA Sports. Mike Gill and Mike Frankel set to bring you the second and final half of this tournament between the Marlton Chiefs dressed in orange and the Academy St. Joe dressed in white. 36-25, entertaining first half as we bring you this second half right here on BFA Sports.
Speaking of orange, got to get this in. Keeping an eye on another orange team tonight. I think you owe me dinner, Mike Gill. How'd that work out for you?
Distraught I am. Although I did have that Loyola Chicago beating West Virginia to get into the final game, so makes me feel a little better. Stith, reverse layup to start this second half. They're going to need them.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what Marlton needed. They needed an early spark, and it was Stith that delivered their first possession of the third quarter.
Snyder, 3-ball off. Wickstead calmly dribbles down the middle of the lane. Wickstead kick out Stith. Stith crosses over at the elbow, backs it up. Marcus Pierce with 19 points leads all scorers for the Academy. A steal. Thomas Rodriguez barrels through Distal and a foul. Going to get him for an offensive.
Distal, I believe that's twice now in the game he's taken a charge. Again, undersized, but willing to put his body on the line. Kind of a bang-bang play there. The official had a good view, though. Determined that Distal had his feet set.
It's right on the back of the ski ticket, guys. Ski under control. Armstrong a little out of control there.
Fine. 36-27. Marlton trails with the ball. Distal. Mark Anthony starts this second half. He gave him a little spark in that first half. Had 4 points off the bench. He starts for O'Brien, who sits to start this third quarter. Wickstead into the corner. Distal back behind the back. Distal beat up nicely by Rodriguez and a kick out. Stith working with Pierce. Stith. Anthony. Layup. 6 for Anthony. They weren't expecting that.
They weren't. Almost some confusion from the Academy. It looked like maybe a couple Academy players wanted to switch on that play, but then no one picked up Anthony, so he said, hey, I'll take the 2.
And a timeout quickly by the Academy as they weren't sure what was going on here. 36-29, the Academy leads the Chiefs here on BFA Sports. When life's little challenges leave you feeling like you're stuck in the backcourt, give McMahon Insurance the opportunity for your best defense. Call them at 609-399-0060 to speak to one of their 40-plus dedicated professionals at the McMahon Insurance Agency.
Tonight's game also brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. When other dealerships have you feeling like you were on the rebound, Toyota of Vineland will have you leaving with your new car or truck a winner. Give them a call, 856-696-5900, or stop by their showroom, 650 North Delsey Drive in Vineland.
All right, let's get this update from Pete Thompson.
Interestingly enough, guys, sorry, Mike, to cut you off. I'm so excited to talk. Rico Gaskins, you would have thought that timeout would have been to address some defensive issues, but no, he absolutely wanted to see what they were going to do on the offensive end here, and let's see what they do as they come out of this timeout. Did they listen to his instructions?
They turned it over, and it's a good call as Pierce kind of got the ball. It looked like it got tied up, Mike, and he just kind of took his feet with it.
Yeah, good defense there from Marlton. Again, helps when you get a score and a stop when you're trying to chip away, and that's the scenario here. We'll see if the Chiefs can build off of that, get another score at the offensive end.
Had a couple of runs in this game. Academy started up 6-0. It looked like they had the control, and then it was a 7-0 run by the Chiefs, and then back and forth we've gone, and then the Academy kind of pulled away at the end of the half, and right now we have a 7-point game early stages of this third quarter.
Yeah, the Chiefs have done what quite frankly they have had to do to sort of stem the tide here early in the third. You mentioned it was all Academy late stages of the second, but the Chiefs, sending a message here early in the third that they're not going to be going away tonight.
Christian Armstrong, reverse layup, good, and a foul. Armstrong.
He's another kid, Mike, as we take another look. I mean, he's not going to get you 20 a night, but he's going to get you some big buckets, some dirty work on the glass, and what a finish down there.
Did you guys pick up on the fact that he remembered his actual shirt tonight? He's actually playing as number 10, Christian Armstrong, instead of the other night where he just had to use the extra shirt.
That would explain why I had 24 on my sheet.
There you go.
And he gets the free throw. So now my sheet is now pure. I had him for a free throw in the first half that he did not make, and I feel better now. That would drive me nuts all game.
We knew he was going to catch you up. We knew he'd do you a solid.
Thank you, Christian Armstrong. Rodriguez, 3 off the back iron. Abdur-Rahim with the rebound. Gets it right back to Rodriguez. Into the corner. It's tipped up and stolen away by Wickstead. Wickstead down the lane, cuts, and then kicks it into the corner. Distal for 3. Bang!
What a decision from Wickstead. He kind of took a peek behind his shoulder, almost kicked it out there, but then last second saw Zach in the corner. Distal banging the 3.
1 point game after the Distal 3. It's 36-35.
What's this, a 2-3 look from a team in orange?
It appears, actually it looks like a box in one, Mike.
Come on, don't ruin this for me.
As Stafford, all right, I'll give you that. Stafford with a little hook in the middle of the lane. They had a defender face guarding Pierce out in the corner. Armstrong hands to Distal, tries to get a screen. Now he dribbles into the paint, backs it out, gives it to Stiff. Stiff spins, 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Mark Anthony. 3-point game, Academy leads. Chiefs with the ball, left of the lane, spins, and we got a little bit of a collision, and Stafford's going to get whistled for the foul.
Marlton just featuring, a pair of kids that can really drive and penetrate almost at will. You're talking about Wickstead and Stith. So defensively, it could be a challenge. You don't just have to key on one guy like that. You have to worry about 2. That time it was Wickstead able to force the issue and draw the foul.
A 10-2 run by the Chiefs to start this third quarter. They aim down the ball to Stiff. Stiff reverses course, shoots up the shot. It's short, defended by Pierce. He didn't like the call.
It's a tough one. It's a tough call. The officials obviously had a better look than we do, but Pierce just staying with Stith, trying to stay one step ahead, kept the body in front, and I think it was the contact obviously on the way up to the bucket that drew the whistle.
I had a pretty good look at it, and Stith was doing everything he could to draw that foul. And meanwhile, he's looking at it like, what do I have to do to get this foul? And Pierce is looking like, oh, come on now. I can't believe they called that.
Ethan Stith with 8 points. Dreaming about that new kitchen? Let Tri-City Kitchen Elevations elevate their game to be the point on assisting your dream kitchen to become a reality. Call Tri-City Kitchen Elevations 856-825-9002 for Tri-City Elevations. Both teams elevating their games tonight. They've given us a good one. 2-point game, 38-36, halfway through this third quarter. Thomas down on the right block, kick out, 3-ball up. Abdur-Rahim, no good. Rebound tipped up by Thomas. And he's going to get fouled for going over the back of Wickstead.
Another tough call, quite frankly, against the Academy. I mean, Wickstead did have position, no doubt about that. It certainly looked like Thomas was able to actually go up and over without creating a lot of contact, but the officials thought differently. So, give the Chiefs credit. I mean, they're making the officials make these calls, and again, it doesn't take away from the good position that Wickstead had down low.
2-point game, Chiefs with the ball. Distal. Over to Anthony. Bounce pass to Wickstead. Wickstead spins, loses the handle, and throws it away as he tried to get it out to Distal, so a turnover.
You looked ready to catch and shoot on that one. Deep three, like Gill.
Don't hold it against, put it past me. Losey's ready to call this game. I'd get out in that court and start shooting threes.
Losey'd be teeing you up pretty quick, my friend.
That's right. 38-36. And a whistle off the ball. And it's a foul off the ball on Wickstead down in the post. Him and Thomas trying to get positioning down there.
Yeah, Wickstead probably giving up a little bit of weight to Thomas when he's trying to check him down there, trying to get physical with him, and the official was just there to catch things that time.
Abdur-Rahim staring down this kind of a 2-3 zone, kind of a box and one almost. Would you call this a box and one?
I've seen it called a box and one.
You got Mark Anthony's essentially.
They're keeping a close eye on Pierce. That's an understatement as Anthony's face guarding him in the corner. Not even on the screen. That's how close he is to him.
3. Short. Yeah, they're essentially making Pierce. Everybody else beat them.
Got confirmation for you, boys. Just go over and ask the coaches. They'll tell you. That's a box and one. Hands down, box and one. And you know who the one is.
Stafford off the inbound. Stafford. 9 in the game for Jordan Stafford.
Sometimes, though, those junk defenses, that box and one stuff, it can leave a little bit of more space out there. Stafford able to exploit that space on that possession.
Distal catch. Foul line. Anthony between the rings. Over to Stiff. 4-point deficit for the Chiefs. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the third. Down to O'Brien. Knocked away by Thomas. Transition. Rodriguez. Pierce. Bucket. 21 in the game for Pierce. Snyder with the assist.
You called it. Thomas started all of that with the deflection from the back, and then Pierce showing off the athleticism, having to hang in the air.
As Stiff tries to answer, he is fouled.
Take another look here as double clutch. Marcus Pierce as a defender went flying by, wanted to avoid the block, and he was able to do so.
Ethan Stith came in tonight averaging 13 points a game in this tournament. He's got 9.
Hey, guys, keep your eyes on the battle between number 35 in orange, Devontae O'Brien, and number 33, Dom Thomas. They're going to war together on the low block, and it's entertaining to watch.
First free throw is good for Stith. He's got 10 double figures. As Distal's going to take a seat for the first time.
Good chance to remind everyone, tonight's game brought to you in part by the Grand Hotel of Cape May, the hotel for the grandest experience where traveling is not a violation, and you, the customer, have the home court advantage. Call the Grand Hotel of Cape May for your next reservation, 609-884-5611.
So Pierce has the ball now, so it's hard to box him up when he's got the actual ball in his hand. We'll see what they end up doing here. They do have Stiff out on the ball and a zone look behind him. 42-37, baseline. And a nice lead from Stafford to Thomas. And Mike, you said it, if you're going to have so much attention on one, the others have more room to roam.
Yep, Stafford 9 points, but handful of rebounds, handful of assists, dropping the dime that time to his teammate.
Anthony Wickstead at the free throw line. Backing his way, gives up the dribble out to Armstrong. Under a minute. Stiff finds a gap, up off the glass, no good. Outlet pass by Pierce to Thomas. Thomas to Pierce, layup good, and a foul.
It's been these quarter closeouts, Mike Gill, just the way in which the Academy has ended quarters. We saw it in the first half, be able to create some separation. The Chiefs were back within, 3-4 points just a couple of moments ago, but this strong closeout to the quarter, again creating separation as we move closer to the fourth.
23 for Pierce. He can make it 24 with this one and a 10-point lead. Free throw short. The lead stays at 9. Stiff. Ball fake, up, under, up the glass. And he's fouled, so he'll get to the line. Ethan Stiff has 10. Wickstead with 11. They're in double figures for the Chiefs.
Tonight's game brought to you also in part by RK Chevrolet, Subaru, Kia, striving to take the madness out of your car buying experience while making sure your next purchase has you feeling like a champion. Call them at 856-696-8400 or stop in to see their fantastic inventory of vehicles, 502 North Delsey Drive in Vineland.
Darryl McGraw going to give Dom Thomas a quick break with 36 seconds left. Give him an old extra breather. First free throw, no good. Second one is off the mark, so Stiff can't cut into this lead. And a final shot here for Marcus Pierce, who walks the ball up the near sideline, staring at a 2-3 zone. There's a trap. Over to Stafford, into the corner. Abdur-Rahim backs it up. 15 seconds, cross court to Snyder. They get it back to Pierce. Pierce is rocking some nice LeBrons there. That's just my guess. That's what the kids would say, I guess. Into the middle of the paint. Stafford is fouled. No bucket. 3 seconds left. So they methodically pull it out, Mike, and get themselves fouled. Third team foul for the Chiefs.
Got to be quick now, obviously. Time for a catch, a dribble or two, but you got to think quickly here.
Inbound. Abdur-Rahim shot is blocked away by Armstrong. That was the longest 3 seconds of my lifetime, but they don't get the shot off, and that is the way they end this third quarter of play with the score. The Academy 46, the Chiefs 37 here on BFA Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trina Lisko, a provider here at Premier Orthopedic Associates. I love that we get to watch these athletes play again. There is nothing better than being able to participate in an activity that you love. However, I know that COVID has us all a little less active than we would like, especially if weather conditions don't allow us to get outside and we've been restricted from the gym. Now is the time to consider some cross-training. Consider body-weighted activities, which are my favorite. Do timed interval repetitions with a little rest in between to help keep your heart rate up and activate your cardiovascular system. We can all stay healthy and active during this time. Remember to start slow and work technique before progressing to higher repetitions. Slow and steady will do the job.
Start of the fourth quarter here, 46-37. The Academy on top. In those huddles there between the third and fourth quarter, Cherokee coach Marty Wickstead saying, hey, that's not what they did. That's what we did for the Marlton Chiefs, And for the Academy, Rico Gaskin's telling his guys 8 more minutes, just 8 more minutes, and we'll be the champs. Also saying, set a screen for Marcus. You know, that guy that's leading the scores right now. Boys, over to you at the table.
46-37 started this fourth quarter. Majid Abdur-Rahim gets on the board for the first time tonight at the free throw line. For the Academy, based out of Hamilton. Second free throw, no good. The Chiefs from Marlton pull down that rebound. Wickstead, who's been quiet here in the second half. That's one question, Mike, is what did they do to take Wickstead and Stith out? Distal 3 is off the front rim, no good, because those guys were really kind of carrying. Although, oddly, we looked down at our sheet and realized the Chiefs won that third quarter.
They did, but it felt like they lost almost because of the way the Academy, ended that quarter on such another great run.
Snyder. Great body control for Antonio Snyder. He's got 5.
Trouble time right now for Marlton. Absolutely needing a bucket here to try and get back in this thing.
Good man-to-man defense and shuffled the feet did Shane Winkleman.
Take another look at the drive and the finish off of the glass from Snyder. Another one of these young Academy players. He still has a lot of high school basketball in front of him. A lot of seniors on this team, but also a handful of younger guys that should be the leaders going forward.
Abdul Rahim leaves it nicely for Thomas, who misses the bunny, gets his own putback, no good. Winkleman comes down with the board. See if they can answer. Wickstead loses the handle, poked away by Jordan Stafford. Abdul Rahim to Pierce, kick out. And Abdul Rahim gets bodied on his way to the basket. It'll be the 6th team foul. So one more, and you're going to be sending the Academy to the line the rest of the way.
Stafford, again, another key play. He's not going to get credit for that steal because he didn't come up with the ball, but he poked it away and led to the turnover, obviously.
Stick around. After the game, we'll announce the Premier Orthopedic Player of the Game for the finals here. This is the championship game of the first ever South Jersey Hoops Madness tournament here on BFA Sports. The whole crew been out here since last Saturday, providing live coverage of every game. And Marcus Pierce with 25 with that lay-in right there.
Pierce trying to leave no doubt who the top team in this tournament is.
And the top player.
No doubt. We did the game, a couple of rounds ago where Thomas outscored him, but, Pierce was right there, and obviously through these later rounds, he's been the guy.
Stith. Greeted at the rim by Stafford. He misses but gets his own rebound. Wickstead catches on the cross court, crossing over on Pierce. And Pierce doing it on both ends of the floor and alters the shot from Wickstead. Snyder loses the handle, the extra bounce. Boy, that's not talked about enough too, is because of the way he scores. He mans up on defense too.
No doubt about it. It's not over by any stretch right now, but it's just been one of these cold spells for Marlton. The Chiefs just need to get something going here on this offensive possession to try and give themselves a chance down the stretch here.
5:40. You wonder, Mike, Wickstead, Stith, without Walker here, are they running out of gas a little bit?
Yeah, you wonder that too. Walker is such a big part of this team, unavailable here tonight.
Wickstead, 3 off the mark. That's the first really good look they've gotten from beyond the arc. Give credit to the Academy defense.
Yeah, rotation-wise, stamina should be about the same. Both teams just playing about 7 guys. Steal here.
Stith, layup, good. And they get a transition layup. Stith with 12. They're going to need more. A little pressure in the backcourt. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in this basketball game. It's the championship of the South Jersey Hoops Madness tournament. Snyder, and he gets fouled from behind by Ethan Stith. And that will be the 7th team foul, which means Snyder will get to the line for 1-1.
Tonight's game brought to you by McMahon Insurance. When life's little challenges can leave you feeling like you are stuck in the backcourt, give McMahon Insurance the opportunity to be your best defense. Call them at 609-399-0060 to speak to one of their 40-plus dedicated professionals.
Snyder misses the front end of the 1-1. So we're staying at 51-39. Stith at the foul line. Kick out. Anthony left of the lane. Cuts to the middle. His shot blocked away. Rebound. Put back. O'Brien. And O'Brien's got 4 with that lay-in right there. They're hanging around. 10-point game.
Johnny on the spot there. Devontae O'Brien collecting that loose change down low, but it was a big bucket. As you said, right back to 10.
You need to stabilize. This is the guy. Snyder. Baseline. Tough shot. Antonio Snyder. He's got 7.
It seemed like he ran out of room, but you're right. That was a tough shot. He just found that little little smidgen of an angle there. Was able to get that ball up and in.
Stiff, crossover, left of the lane. Stiff, right-hand runner, blocked away by Pierce, but a goaltend. Boy, the hops by Marcus Pierce. But give the bucket to Ethan Stitt, who now has 14.
It almost looked like he blocked that shot twice. It almost looked like the first one was before it hit the backboard, but obviously, the contact that the officials saw was pretty clear after it hit the backboard.
Now the pressure by the Chiefs, broken easily by the Academy. Over to Pierce in the corner, up to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to Pierce. Pierce, jab step. Well, this is where he's tough. A lot of guys would have that opening and fire that shot up. He knows they have a 10-point lead, Mike, and he just dribbles it out.
And he always seems to be able to find a teammate, too. Rarely turns the ball over.
Rodriguez, shuffle pass, Stafford, the foul, the bucket. He's got 11, the lead is 12.
And that just seemed, Mike, like one of the bigger possessions of the game. I mean, they're all big, but, it was sitting right there at 10. Was it going to go to single digits, or was the Academy going to push the lead back up? And what the Academy did was take its time, move that ball around, and Stafford gets the 2 down low.
Double figures for Stafford. He came in averaging 10.7. He now has 11 with a chance to make it 12. The free throw's no good. The rebound is taken down by Christian Armstrong. 3:33 left, and they have one last push in them. The Chiefs in orange. Armstrong up, fouled.
Good thought there from Marlton. Go right down low, see if you can get a bucket or a whistle. Obviously you get the bucket, great. If you don't, you get the whistle, you stop the clock, and you try to chip away here with the clock stopped at the free throw line.
Armstrong averages 7.5 coming in. He has 4 in this game.
Not sure if you guys noticed a little extra passion out of Christian Armstrong, too. Remember, I highlighted that battle earlier between him and Dom Thomas. Thomas getting a little explanation from the official about why was that a foul.
Explanation over?
I was waiting for the explanation, Peter.
Well, that would require me to walk out onto the court in the middle of the game.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I go to a lot of places and just say, but I'm the PT, but I'm not walking right in the middle of an active basketball game.
You walked up to the coach in mid-game and asked him what kind of defense he was
totally okay with that. That's different.
Sir, can I see your lift ticket?
Pair of free throws for Armstrong to give him 6. Cuts the lead back to 10. They need a stop. They beat the press. Stafford, baseline. Stafford, kick out to Pierce. The double. Over to Rodriguez. Trap. Rodriguez trying to step through it. Bounce pass tipped away, and it stays with the Academy. 3:06 to play here in the game. 10-point game. Back and forth this game has been. A couple of leads for both sides, but the Academy has pretty much been in control since a 23-9 second quarter. Pierce goes baseline. And he's fouled by Armstrong on the baseline. That'll send Marcus Pierce to the line for a 1-and-1. He's got 25 of the team's 55.
Just smart basketball there. He caught on the wing, had a chance to take a 3, but obviously if you hit it, it helps you, but it's better to run clock right now, and that's what the senior did. He ran some clock and eventually drew a foul call going along the baseline.
We talk about it a lot, Mike. Not the flashiest, but man, he is a lot of fun to watch because he plays the game right in all aspects. Defense, offense, passing, shooting.
Steady would be the word that comes to mind for me. I mean, he's just steady. He's reliable. And, you know what you're going to get with Marcus Pierce. You don't always know you're going to get this many points, but it's been a really good night on the offensive end for him.
27 is how many points Marcus Pierce currently has. Stiff spinning. Right-hand shot, tough, no good. Off of Stiff, it'll go to the Academy. Frustration setting in.
And the defense, too. I mean, that was Pierce on ball, man-to-man defense there against Stiff. Stiff not an easy guy to guard, but Pierce able to do the job.
I think frustration and exhaustion might be the two adjectives used to describe what's going on with the Chiefs.
That was Mark Anthony that just rode him out of bounds there. Marcus Pierce trying to break that press, and all of a sudden he takes one step and he's getting sort of hip checked like in hockey out of bounds.
And by the way, that foul is the 10th team foul, which means Pierce will get 2 free throws now. And the Academy will shoot 2 the rest of the way. 28 points, Marcus Pierce.
Tonight's game brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. When other dealerships have you feeling like you're on the rebound, Toyota of Vineland will have you leaving with your new car or truck a winner. Give them a call, 856-696-5900, or stop by their showroom, 650 North Delsey Drive in Vineland.
29 in the game for Pierce as he hits a deuce from the free throw line. Anthony's 3 off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Thomas. And he gets it to Pierce. Pierce dribbles through the 2 defenders and then tips it over to Stafford, and the layup by Dom Thomas, as Thomas has 11 with double figures. Stafford gets the Grand Hotel assist of the game.
The Academy putting on a clinic right now in terms of how to run clock and then still get good looks late in the game.
Wickstead with a little shovel pass to Armstrong, but boy, the looks, they close quickly, Mike.
Yeah, the Academy, deceptively long, I guess is the way I would describe him. Obviously, Snyder's out there. He's a little undersized. But, Thomas, McGraw's out on the court right now. And, again, Stafford, good length, good reach on all of those guys. And it makes things difficult. Even if you think you have an easy 2 down low, as you mentioned, those guys, those arms can close pretty quickly.
Couple of free throws by Armstrong. He misses the first one. He'll get another one. He's got 3 of his 6 from the line today, coming in averaging 7.5 in this South Jersey Hoops Madness tournament, the first ever. And you wonder if things get back to normal, is this something that these teams will get re-engaged in next season with hopefully a Cal tournament and an NJSIA tournament?
I think you could see something like this happening again. I don't know if it would happen at this same time of year necessarily, but this tournament has been such a success. I would like to see it stick around in some form going forward.
Got a foul way out on the perimeter, but as we're in the double bonus, we'll be shooting 2 here. Yeah, this was one of those things that, hey, some other leagues in South Jersey decided to play playoff championships. The Cape Atlantic League did not. And so some of the people around here said, you know what, these kids played all season long. Give them the opportunity to play for something, and that's what was the genesis of this tournament.
Yeah, in South Jersey, it was really only one league. It was the Tri-County Conference. Wildwood had a great run. The Warriors winning the A bracket championship there. But, that was the only league. So the Olympic Conference didn't. Cape Atlantic League obviously did not. Colonial Conference did not. So, this was a great fit, not only for these Cal teams, but, you look at a team like Marlton, who had a great season. I think at one time Marlton was 7-0 or 8-0 and, took a couple losses late in the year to Camden, a game you saw, and Lenape. And, nothing disappointing about losing to those 2 teams, but this is a team that wanted to test itself, obviously, in the South Jersey Group 4 playoffs. Didn't get that opportunity because of everything going on this year, but, the next best thing was taking a little bit of a road trip to Woodbine and seeing how you could do down here.
Yeah, this is kind of akin to that last chance World Series they did for baseball last year, which lost the entire season. They didn't get anything, and that was well received. So you might see some more things like this start popping up. Armstrong with the free throw gives him 7. As Pierce looking to get 30, and he unselfishly dishes to Thomas, and it's going to be waved off. He took steps first. Marcus Pierce has 29. He could have probably gone for 30 there with the layup, but he's so unselfish, Mike, that he tries to get the assist.
That's the thing, though, with a kid like that, right? He doesn't even care how many he gets as long as his team wins. So that's more important to him right now. In a pretty good spot the Academy is with a minute and some change to go here.
Oh, Brian, that kind of second half really for the Chiefs. O'Brien gets a nice look, and he just can't get it to go down.
It's been frustrating. Up 16-13 after 1, Marlton was, and then all of a sudden down by double digits heading into halftime. Got right back in the game, as we talked about there, early stages of the third, but since that late third quarter on, it's been all Academy.
Jordan Stafford, with that bucket at the line, gives him 13 points, and believe it or not, Mike, they're pushing this game close to 20 now. Didn't feel that way, but this Academy team, extremely impressive all season long.
No doubt. A team that had high expectations for this year, and made the best of a strange regular season, 12-2 during the year. And, you know, a team like that, which ended its season with a loss to EHT, which obviously could have otherwise left a sour taste in a lot of the mouths of these kids. But then you come in here and you go out and you win your side of the bracket. You go beat a very good Marlton team, and totally different feeling to end the season.
Just about a minute to play in this one. The Academy is going to win this inaugural South Jersey Hoops Madness tournament. And really, they have been steady all the way through this tournament. They really haven't, I wouldn't say had a bad quarter in the whole tournament. They have played well almost all 4 quarters of every game they've been a part of. Marcus Pierce now with 30 points on that free throw right there. He's got 30 of the 65.
Yeah, he's been good. And that's an understatement. I mean, and we knew he was going to be good, but and as we've talked about down the stretch here, just the scoring, you know, he affects the game in so many ways, but for him to drop 30 on you, you know it's his night.
Stiff gets to the basket. He's got 16 for the Chiefs. Under a minute to go, 65-49. Marcus Pierce, it would be apropos for him to dribble this thing out. Over to Pierce, the senior, who will leave the Academy in Hamilton. Big slam with the exclamation point for Dom Thomas, and give the assist to Jordan Stafford. As Wickstead challenged en route to the basket, and he'll get to the line. So Wickstead will get a pair of free throws.
We talked about it a couple of nights ago, but you know, it can't be understated everything that these kids from the Academy had to go through this year. I mean, their school was going to close. You know, it was a community effort to rally and keep the school open. Then all of a sudden, all right, are we going to have a season? Well, you know, the state comes out and says you can have an abbreviated season. That's fine. Well, then where are we going to play? No home gym anymore for the Academy, so having to play all its games on the road. But, you know, these kids don't care. They just want to hoop, and they've got a chance to do a little extra hooping down here in Woodbine.
Wickstead makes the free throw to make it a 17-point game. Marcus Pierce with 30 points. And the Academy, Hamilton, is not just a football town. They are the champions of the South Jersey Hoops Madness Tournament, the first ever. Congratulations to the Academy here in Woodbine. They win it 67-50.
Welcome to Elevations Cabinetry and Millwork in Vineland, New Jersey. We're South Jersey's premier kitchen and bathroom cabinetry supplier, specializing in personalized all-wood cabinets, including our exclusive Elevations cabinet line. Our friendly staff will help you design the kitchen of your dreams, and our experienced craftsmen will install your cabinets with care and precision. Call us today or go to elevationsnj.com for more information or to visit our showroom.
McMahon. Here we go.
All right, welcome back. The final score, 67-50. The Academy is the first ever winner of the South Jersey Hoops Madness Tournament. Hamilton, not just a football town, we said, they play basketball there too, and they do it at a high level. Marcus Pierce with 30 points. He is our player of the game, and he's standing by with the PT.
And how about this, Mike Gill? He's the premier orthopedic player of the game. I remember who the sponsor is now, Marcus Pierce. My goodness gracious, 30 of the 67 points, almost half of your team's points. Obviously a senior, obviously your last chance to play with some of these guys. Just talk about your mindset and what you were able to do out there tonight.
Me and my team, we just wanted to come out and compete. My success wouldn't be without them. I love my team to death. Everybody, my name's always in all the articles, but I have a really, really good team. Everybody contributes out there. I didn't think I played my best in my first couple of games, so I wanted to come out here and just really show what I can do on the court tonight.
Now, I know when I spoke to Coach last night, or on Friday night, he talked a little bit about you felt your seed, like you felt a little disrespected, but by the time you get to a championship game, you belong.
Yeah, we was upset about it. We split a game with the prep, so, that was up in the air. But then we lost the last game to EHT, so I can see why they did it. But we wasn't worried about it. We just came out here and competed and showed what we can do.
Last question. Obviously, we're talking about the number of points that you had in this basketball game, but Mike Gill astutely pointed out at one point, there was a play in that corner where you were wide open for a three, and you guys were comfortable in the lead, and rather than take that three, like most scorers would, you did a dish. I mean, that's a conscious thing, like, hey, we don't need points right now. Let's keep this clock going.
Definitely. When we're up, I know I could put the ball in the basket, but really it's just all clock management, taking control of the game as a point guard. I got to be able to take control of the game, not only in high school but at the next level. So I'm just trying to, just get the win.
He's our MVP, Marcus Pierce. Score and situation, right? Score and situation. Know the score and situation. Rico Gaskin's got a big smile on his face over here, guys, as he's clapping, saying, thank God that guy's on my team. Can you put into words what he did that night?
He's been a leader for him. Since he's been Middle Township with us, he was a sophomore. We didn't have nobody. He stepped up and was our leading scorer, averaging 22. So I've been around this kid for a long time. I'm happy to see him finish off his high school career like that.
So let's talk a little bit about your strategy coming in. First of all, that was really funny. I asked you pregame if you're going to do that matchup zone again, and you didn't want me to tell. You didn't want to tell me before I did my report, but then afterwards you're like, and by the way, we're not doing zone.
Yeah. We just felt like they got shooters. We can't sit in the zone with them shooters, and they hit some threes tonight, but we felt as though we had to make them put it on the floor. We talked on the forum last night in the group, in the group chat, and was like, yo, make them put the ball on the floor. They catch it, run at them. Our defense will help rotate, put the ball on the floor. That was our main message. Make them put the ball on the floor and make them make plays.
Yeah, I heard you kept saying spread them out, spread them out. We can beat these guys, spread them out. They can't guard us. That was another thing I know I heard you say. So, yeah, you came in with a chip on your shoulder about the seed, but you're leaving with the championship.
Yeah. I got to give it up to them seniors. They was leaders, not having a head coach, they helped me with a lot. I've been around the program, so that's why they wanted me to coach. But Marcus Pierce, Jordan Stafford, and Dom was the real coaches out there. They was showing leadership.
Rico Gaskins, the coach of the winning Academy. Yes, 67-50, the final score. That's with the post-game report from both of those guys. Now let's get more details from our team. I'll send it over to Chris Losey back at the table.
Thanks a lot, PT. Great interview there, especially with Coach. The final score 67-50. The Academy, they are the champions of the inaugural. And I say inaugural because, what are the likelihood that we're going to come and do this again next year?
It's sounding like that. It's gaining steam. We'll have to get creative with how we do it, obviously, with hopefully next year being back to normal. But we're open ears, and if we can make it happen, we will.
In the pregame, we talked about this game was going to be a game of runs. All right, so let's talk about that run that really separated the Academy from mid-third into the fourth quarter. That's what decided the game.
Yeah, Marlton went on a run of their own to start the third quarter, obviously, but the unsung hero that's been all week, Jordan Stafford, back-to-back buckets in
Obviously,
the third
referees
quarter.
have no idea what they're doing, and they just cut right across the shot. Good job, Anthony Gambacorta. Way to go, right in front of the shot. See, that's how you do it, like a pro. You go around the camera. Good job there, Myron.
He wanted to get on, he got on. So
the officials, by the way, fantastic job tonight.
They did a great
You
job.
were saying.
They did a great job. As you saw, Jordan Stafford just tapped me on the shoulder on the way out. We were discussing his play. Marlton went on a run to start the third quarter, and Jordan, who's been an unsung hero all week, had back-to-back buckets, stopped the run, and it was all the Academy from there.
And speaking of stopping the runs, it was the same guy twice for the Academy because it was an 11-2 run, 11-2 to start the second half, and the Marlton crept back in the game.
They did. They didn't go away. It was, at the end of the day, it came down to poor free throw shooting. Marlton missed 10-plus free throws in the game and hit one three-pointer. In today's game, that doesn't cut it.
And with the absence of A.J. Walker, that's going to be a huge mountain to overcome, which they couldn't do.
Absolutely, and give the Academy credit. They could adjust on the fly. They got a big lead, a double-digit lead. You saw Coach pull the ball out, slow things down, make Marlton come out of the zone. He did a great job with that group.
Put McGraw on a lot more than we thought he was going to, too. The whole tournament, he put him on the bench, and he finally puts him in the game in the championship.
Yeah, I think to your point, at halftime, they were being out-rebounded. They needed the big bodies in there to contend with Armstrong and with the other big in Marlton. They left McGraw on a little bit, and he did the job on the boards.
Final score, 67-50. The Academy, they are the champions of the inaugural Hoops Madness tournament. When we come back, we're going to wrap it all up. 8 days of basketball right here in Woodbine.
Welcome to Elevations Cabinetry and Millwork in Vineland, New Jersey. We're South Jersey's premier kitchen and bathroom cabinetry supplier, specializing in personalized all-wood cabinets, including our exclusive Elevations cabinet line. Our friendly staff will help you design the kitchen of your dreams, and our experienced craftsmen will install your cabinets with care and precision. Call us today or go to elevationsnj.com for more information or to visit our showroom.
I wanted the RK customers to get the best possible deal, so I hired Sean Brady.
The MMA fighter? Unfortunately, it's just not in your budget. On second thought, I'll make it happen.
Lease new Kia Sportages from $198 a month. $198. Every new RK Kia comes with RK coverage. No charge.
At RK, the customer is always
right. At RK Kia of Vineland.
NHL again, Jackson Jones, they postponed the Eagles Flyers. Welcome back, everybody, to Woodbine. And welcome back. Here we are at Woodbine Elementary. Again, the final score, 67-50. The Academy, they win the first ever Hoops Madness tournament. Now joined with Pete Thompson at the table. That was exciting, PT, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun to be a part of, guys. It was really fun to be a part of it. I'm so glad to be a part of the BFA team. Great basketball game, too.
What struck you as the most impressive on the Academy side?
I'll tell you what, when they went zone on AC the other day, that just the intelligence, and then afterwards when it was Rico Gaskins saying, yeah, the players were the ones that picked up on the fact that this is the way that we want to go. I mean, that's smart basketball right there. That, and, you know, we talked about a post game with Marcus Pierce too. You know, a pure shooter is going to shoot. He gets the ball in the corner, and kudos to Mike Gill. Hey, Mike Gill's watched a game or two. He actually knew, like, hey, this is a pivotal point of the game, and I'm going to talk about it.
Go ahead, Nick. Why don't you pan out? Let Mike Gill, Mike Frankel, everybody in the shot. There we go. There's everybody.
We got 2 cameras going. He doesn't have to pan. We can just
here we go. We got Nick right there. Nick pans. Hey, lots of people to thank. We'll start with all the sponsors of this great tournament. All right, we have RK Chevrolet, Toyota of Vineland, Tri-City Kitchen Elevations, McMahon Insurance, and, of course, our primary sponsor, Premier Orthopedic Associates, and Dr. Dwyer. We know he was watching, and he had tremendous things to say. He talked to Doug about 5 different times and said, I want more, so we're going to give him more. All right? We want to thank all the people at the BFA staff, including, let's get to my paper right here, including today's game, which was produced by David Virgilio, directed by Ryan Schumacher. The scoreboard operator was Connor Costanzo. On the camera, James Mooney, who's to my right, Nick Penza. Sideline is Pete Thompson.
Hello.
Great job, everybody. We've got Mike Frankel. We've got Mike Gill. We've got everybody here for BFA. This is Chris Lozzi. Thanks so much for joining us. 8 days of basketball. St. Joe's, the Academy, they are the winners of the inaugural Hoops Madness tournament. Tournament director Keith Palick. Have a great night. We'll see you down the road.